Hello, grade 8. This is Mrs. Lopez, and today we are working on lesson 5, where we solidify our knowledge about writing and solving linear equations. Nothing new in this module, in this lesson. We are just practicing. So here is our classwork, example 1. One angle is 5 degrees less than 3 times the degree measure of another angle. Together, the angles measures have a sum of 143 degrees. What is the measure of each angle? So, first thing we want to find out is what do we know the least about? So let's see. One angle is 5 degrees less than 3 times the degree measure of another angle. So we know one angle. We have this angle. We know that it's 5 degrees less. And we don't know anything about that other angle. So let x be that angle too. Let x be the other angle. And then we'll go from there. So if another angle is x, then we have it's 3 times less than 3 times the degree right here. 3 times this degree is going to be 3x. And angle 1, so angle 1 is going to be 5 degrees less than that. So it will be 3x minus 5, 5 degrees less. We know that together, combined together, they will measure 143 degrees. And we need to find the degree measure of each of these angles. So we know that these are combined together. So we know that we will add these two together. So we will have x plus this one, 3x plus negative 5, writing out again the sum instead of the difference. And then that together equals 143 degrees. Now these parentheses don't matter anymore because now we have 3 terms and we can combine the like terms together. X and 3x will give us 4x plus negative 5 will equal 143 degrees. And now we are solving it as we would solve a regular two-step equation. We would add 5 to both sides of the equation. So I'll just rewrite this first. And we would add 5. And we are adding 5 to cancel that 5 and negative 5 because we know that they will make a 0 on both sides. So on the left side, I will have 4x left. And on the right side, I will have 148. All I have to do now is to multiply 4x by the reciprocal of its coefficient 4. So we will have 4x equals 148. We are multiplying both sides by 1/4. When we know that we are multiplying by a fraction, we have 148 over 4, which is a division problem. And when we divide 148 by 4, we will get 37. So x equals 37 degrees. So that is our first angle. Our second angle is going to be 3x minus 5. And that 3x minus 5 is going to be 3 times 37 and minus 5, right? So 3 times 37 is 111. 111 minus 5 is 106. Okay, so in our answer, we are going to write angle 1 equals 37 degrees. Angle 2 equals 106 degrees. How do I check that? If I add these two angles together, they will equal 143 degrees. Example 2. Given a right triangle, find the degree measure of the angles if one angle is 10 degrees more than 4 times the degree measure of the other angle, and third angle is the right angle. Okay, so let's see what we don't know about. We have one angle 10 degrees more than 4 times the degree of the other angle. So we don't know that other angle again. And third angle, we know what it is. It is a right angle, it means it's 90 degrees. So the other angle will be x. Let x be the second angle. Then first angle is going to be 10 degrees more than 4 times the degree of this second angle. So it's 10 degrees more. So we know we will add 10. 4 times degree of the first angle. 4 times means multiplying. So 4 times the first angle, 4x, and it's 10 more, so plus 10. Third angle, it's the right angle, so 90 degrees. Okay. So given a right angle, find the degree measures of angles if one angle is 10 degrees more than 4 times the other angle, and the third angle is the right angle. Okay, and we know since it's a right triangle, we will have one angle 90 degrees, second angle is this one, third angle is x. We know that the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. That is all the time, that does not change. So we know that together all three angles are going to be 180 degrees. We know it from our 7th grade. So now we can set up our equation. X from that second angle plus 4x plus 10, that's our first angle, plus 90 degrees. Together, that is 180. Now we combine like terms. X plus 4x is 5x. 10 plus 90 is 100 equals 180. And again, we have our two-step equation, the one that we know how to solve. So you can go ahead and pause the video and do it. And then once you are done with that two-step equation, we will come back together and check the answer. All right, let's check. So what I did, first I got rid of this 100 by adding negative 100 on both sides, and then multiplied by the reciprocal and got 16. That means that the second angle is 16 degrees. The first angle is 4 times as much plus 10. 4 times 16 plus 10 is 74. And the third angle we already know is 90 degrees. And these are the answers. Now, you could have done it the other way as well. If you know that one angle is 90 degrees, so the other two angles were also going to be 90 degrees. And you didn't even have to use a third angle. But that is another way of doing it. Let's go ahead and move along, and we'll go to the exercises. So basically, if you would like to pause the video and do it on your own, you can certainly do so. Um, I will go over the answers with you once I'm done writing them. So go ahead, pause the video, try it out, and I will go over the answers again in a bit. Okay, as you probably have noticed, the exercises are for those who like the challenge. It took a little bit of time to process all the vocabulary and all the knowledge that you got from Module 2 to be able to, and Grade 7, to be able to solve all of these problems. So I'm recommending grabbing a highlighter and highlight information with me as I'm going through these problems. Number one, a pair of congruent angles are described as follows. The degree measure of one angle is 3 more than twice a number, and the other angle's degree measure is 54 and 5/10 less than 3 times the number. Determine the measure of the angles in degrees. Okay, so first thing that you want to highlight is congruent angles. Congruent angles mean equal. I put that equal sign on top right here so you know that congruent is equal. We know that two angles are congruent. It means one angle would equal to the other angle. The degree measure of one angle is 3 more, so 3 plus, then twice a number. Twice a number is 2 times a number. So if let x be the number, if x is the number, 3 more than twice the number is going to be 3 plus 2x. The second angle measure is 54 and 5/10 less than 3 times the number. So if the number is still x, 3 times the number will be 3x. 54 less than that is 3x minus 54 and 5/10. Okay, so now we know all of the information from this problem to be able to make an equation. We know that these two angles equal to each other. So what we do, we write first angle measure equals the second angle measure. And notice I changed subtraction into addition of the opposite, so don't be alarmed by that. Okay, and then from there, I'm adding 54 and 5/10 to both sides of the equation. And you can do it either way. You can add -3 to both sides and then do the other way. Whatever works for you, you can move things around. You can move terms around any way you want, adding, subtracting from either side of the equation. Okay, so when I added 54 and 5/10 to both sides of the equation, and so I add 54 and 5/10 to and 3, I get 57.5 plus 2x equals 3x on the right side because these two get canceled out. Okay, from there, I rewrote the problem. 57.5 plus 2x equals 3x. Now I want to move 2x to the other side of the equation. So to be able to have variables on one side and constants on the other. Since I moved the constant this way, I would move the variables this way. Okay, so I'm adding -2x to both sides of the equation, and I get 57.5 equals x. X is the number. Since x is the number, we can use that number to find out first angle and the second angle. For that, I will substitute 57 and 5/10 instead of x, and I will do 3 plus 2 times 57.5, and that will be 118. And since I know they're congruent, I don't really have to find the degree of the other angle, but I did just to make sure I did it correctly. And so I multiplied 57.5 by 3 and subtracted 54.5, and that became 118 degrees as well. Okay. Number 2. The measure of one angle is described as 12 more than 4 times a number. Its supplement is twice as large. Find the measure of each angle in degrees. So what I want you to highlight here is the word supplement. Supplementary angles, when you add them together, they equal 180 degrees. The sum of supplementary angles is 180 degrees. We have two angles that combined together would equal 180. The first angle is 12 more, so 12 plus, then 4 times the number. Let x be the number, then 4 times the number will be 4 times x, right? That will be the first angle. 12 plus 4 times x. The supplement, the other angle, is twice as large, twice this amount. So I put it in parentheses and multiplied by 2. Okay, now as I'm making the equation, I will have 12 plus 4x, that's your first angle, and you're adding your second angle, and that equals 180. Using distributive property, you're going to multiply 2 by 12 and 2 by 4x. 2 by 12 is 24. 2 times 4x is 8x. So all I did is I rewrote the simplified equation. From there, I combined like terms. 12 and 24 make 36. 4x and 8x equal 12x. 36 plus 12x is 180. Here you have your two-step equation. You would add negative 36 to both sides of the equation to get rid of 36 on the left side and isolate 12x this way. 12x would equal 144. And then you would multiply to have 1x. You would multiply 12 by its reciprocal, 112, to be able to simplify those. You do the same thing to the other side of the equation. When you simplify 144 and 12, you will get 12. X equals 12. X is the number. So the first angle will be 12 plus 4 times 12, and that is 60. Second angle twice as much, make 120. Now if you combine this together, you will see in fact that these make 180 degrees together. Okay, number 3. A triangle has angles described as follows. The measure of the first angle is 4 more than 7 times the number. The measure of the second angle is 4 less than the first, and the measure of the third angle is twice as large as the first. What is the measure of each angle in degrees? Okay, so let x be the number, the one that we don't know. Okay, measure of the first angle is 4 more, so 4 plus, then 7 times the number, 7 times x. That is our first angle. 4 more than 7 times x. 4 plus 7x. The measure of the second angle is 4 less than the first. So I have 4 plus 7x, but 4 less will be minus 4. 4 plus negative 4, they cancel each other out, so the second angle is only 7x. Third angle is twice as large as the first. So we take the first angle, put it in parentheses, and multiply by 2. One thing that you need to know about triangles, I want you to highlight the word triangle, is the sum of the angles in the triangle equal to 180 degrees. So when I add these three angles together, I will get 180. Okay, and that's what I did here. 4 plus 7x plus 7x of the other angle plus the twice the sum of 4 plus 7x for the third angle, that equal to 180. Then you use distributive property to get rid of the parentheses here. 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 7x is 14x. After that, I combined like terms. I added the x's together, 7x plus 14x is 28x, and 7x here, and 4 plus 8 is 12. So 28x plus 12 equals 180. And then I just solved it as a regular two-step equation. Added -12 to both sides of the equation, and then multiplied by the reciprocal of the coefficient of x. 28 times 1 over 28 on both sides of the equation. When I simplified 168 and 28, I got 6. 6 is the number. First angle is 4 plus 7 times that number 6. That is 46 degrees. Second angle, 7 times the number, 42 degrees. And third angle is twice the first. So first angle is 46, twice the first angle is 92 degrees. Okay, so if you think this is hard, these are the three other problems that make it even harder. Okay, so number 4. One angle measures 9 more than 6 times a number. So again, a number will be x. 9 more, 9 plus, 6 times a number, 6x. So 9 plus 6x. Then we have a sequence of rigid motions maps the angle onto another angle that is described as being 30 less than 9 times the number. So let's talk about this one very quickly. So the number is still x. 9 times the number, 9x. 30 less is 9x minus 30. Okay, what you want to highlight is the sequence of rigid motions. Okay. From our module 2, we know that rigid motions map angles to angles, preserving their measure. So rigid motions preserve the measure of angles. It means that one angle will equal to that other one. Okay? That's why you would equal them together. Okay? So what I wrote here is rigid motions map angles to angles. So these two angles are equal in measure. X is the number, first measure, second measure. These two are exactly the same. And then you would solve the equation. What I did, I moved -30 to the left by adding 30 to both sides. Then I added 30 and 9 here, 39 plus 6x. Here, -30 and 30 get simplified, so we have only 9x left. Now, to isolate the variable, you want to move 6x to the right side to combine the like terms. So you would add -6x to both sides. Here you will get rid of it. Here you will have 9x minus 6x is 3x. So you'll have 39 equals 3x. And then you will just multiply it by the reciprocal of the coefficient of our x, which is 1/3 on both sides. So x equals 13. X is the number. Our first angle is 9 plus 6x. So 9 plus 6 times 13. And that is 87. Okay, that is number 4. Number 5. A right angle is described as having an angle of measure 6 less than -2 times the number. Another angle measure that is 3 less than -1/4 the number. And the right angle. What are the measures of the angles in degrees? Okay, so again, this is a right triangle. Triangle is the word you want to highlight. And right angle, you should know that one. Okay, so in a triangle, as we talked about earlier, the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Okay, if x is the number, then the first angle is going to be -2 times the number, so -2 times x, and this is 6 less, so -2 times x minus 6. Okay, -2x minus 6. Second angle, 3 less than -1/4 the number. 3 less, so you will subtract 3 from -1/4 x. Your third angle is the right angle. Right angle means 90-degree angle. All three of these combined together make 180 degrees. So what you want to do, you want to add all of these angles together and equal to 180. So you'll have negative 2x plus negative 6. That's your first angle. Your second angle is negative 1/4 x plus negative 3. And your third angle is 90. Then again, you combine like terms. I combined negative 6 and negative 3 and 90. It became 81. And negative 2x and negative 1/4 x is negative 2 and 1/4 x. And then I solved it as a regular two-step equation. I got rid of 81 by adding negative 81 to both sides. And then I changed my mixed number into an improper fraction to be able to multiply by the reciprocal. When I multiplied 99 by the negative 4 nines, I simplified 99 and 9. It became 11 times negative 4, which is negative 44. That is the number. Your angle 1 will be negative 2 times negative 44 plus negative 6, which is 82 degrees. Your angle 2 is negative 1/4 times negative 44 plus negative 3, and that is 8 degrees. And your third angle you already know. Okay, so three angles, 82 degrees, 8 degrees, and 90 degrees. Together, if you want to check, they will equal 180. Number 6, last one, and this one I feel like the easiest one on this page. One angle is one less than 6 times the measure of another. The two angles are complementary angles. Find the measure of each angle in degrees. You want to highlight complementary angles. Complementary means 90 degrees. Together, when they are combined, they equal 90 degrees. So the sum of complementary angles, 90 degrees. Let x be the other angle. That's the one we know the least about. Your first angle is 1 less, so it will be minus 1 from 6 times the x. So 6x minus 1. Now you will add these two together to be able to get those complementary angles 90 degrees. 6x plus negative 1 plus that first angle, x, equals 90 degrees. So you'll have 7x plus negative 1 is 90 degrees. And then you solve it as a regular two-step equation. Plus 1 to both sides, and then you'll have 7x equal to 91. Multiply by the reciprocal of 7, 1/7 on both sides. Simplify 91 and 7, and you will get 13. That is your second angle. Your second angle is 13 degrees. Your first angle is 6 times 13 minus 1, and that is 77. Together, if you combine 13 and 77, you will see that it is indeed 90 degrees. Okay, that is lesson 5. It is complicated, so make sure you understand how to do it. Understand the process. I'm not asking you for complete understanding of all the terminology, but I hope you get the idea that by looking at the word problem, you can extract the important information, write that equation, and then be able to solve it. If you have any questions, please message me. Otherwise, do your homework and I will talk to you in the other class.